live button there. So. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. You should be able to hear me, whether you're on or not. You're on GoToWebinar or on YouTube. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jeff Gibby. I'm going to kick us off. We've got Dan Passarelli, a great friend of ours, a great friend of Metastocks, and a great friend of mine here today. I will say, if you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. If you don't mind, it helps a great deal. And we do appreciate it. Hello, Scott. Hello, Vincenza. It's great to see you. If you do have questions as we go ahead and type them in. I'm going to figure out, our view in GoToWebinar has changed quite dramatically. I'm going to figure out how to see your questions, but we'll make sure we hit them. So it's good to see everybody. Vincenzo, it's good to see you. Thank you. Let me go ahead and read the legal disclaimer, and we'll get everything underway. So today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using Metastock and the accompanying software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. Metastock and its employees shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Metastock and its employees do not endorse the purchase of a security, nor are they paid to promote a security. No information contained in the presentation should be construed as investment advice or the solicitation to buy a security. So there you go. As you can see, Dan Passarelli is joining. I like Dan's style. I really like the green of his logo, the green of his background. But I really like what he's going to talk about today. You know, a lot of people look for systems that are going to find stocks that are in a trend. Everybody says this trend is your friend. The way I view the system that Dan kind of teaches very well today is kind of a momentum resumption system. If you find a stock that's in a momentum, stalls out for a bar, and then resumes, that's exactly what he's looking for. And I think it's cool. So, and I think Dan thinks it's cool too. So with that being said, let me see if I can figure out how to make Dan the presenter in this new interface. Oh, there we go. Make presenter. Okay, so it should pop up, and I'll let you know we can see your screen too.
Opens. Give me a little bit of a hard time here. Making me.
It's different. It's like way different.
Yeah. It's asked me to open.
It makes it fun though. Change is hard.
Share screen. What?
Did you find it?
Yeah.
I looked in the help, and if you hit Alt S, it's a shortcut. Here, let me try it again.
So it's going to, it's requiring me to quit and reopen. So I'm going to join in a moment again.
All right. Well, that sounds like a great time for me to kind of talk to the group. We'll see you in just a second. All right. Here, let's go back here. All right. So I'm by myself. I will just tell. Normally we have somebody here when this happens to tell dad jokes. But we're coming up on Halloween. I've got a couple for you. If you can answer in the chat, this will be fun. So we'll do some Halloween related ones while we wait for Dan to rejoin us. The first one I've got is, why do skeletons not fight? Let me know if you can guess. If you have a guess, hurry and type it in the chat. I'm going to give you the answer right now. Not even give you a chance to answer. They have no guts. Why don't they fall in love? No heart. All right. Anyway. This is fun. How are you guys? You look great today. It's so good to see you. I see Dan's rejoining us. So, Dan, you missed some really good Halloween-related dad jokes. A reminder, though. If you are watching us on YouTube, it does help us a lot if you like and subscribe. So let me go ahead and do this. We do have, okay, I see a question. No guts. Neil had it. All right, let me go ahead. I think I need to make you the presenter again. I'm going to do that. And you are now the presenter. I think it now will allow you to share your screen. And I'm glad you're back with us.
I'm glad I'm back too.
We threw a curve at you today. Oh, I see something. Something's happening.
Oh,
It's funny because you use GoToWebinar, but you haven't been blessed with the new interface yet.
blessed, right.
I do see a screen, but it is blank for me. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna make myself the presenter again. That made your screen go away. Now I'm gonna make you the presenter again. And let's have you do the share again. I think you're on the right track. Maybe we're seeing a bad screen. Neil has a joke for us while we
Let's
work
hear
this
it.
out. What is a ghost favorite dessert?
What?
Ice cream.
Oh.
Ice cream.
Oh boy.
Can you see where it says share?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I now I see a little green circle that just keeps spinning around.
Oh, interesting. I see something, but I'm just seeing like basically a blank screen. Or it went away.
Yeah, I made it go. Well, I'm not able to pull up my screen here. Am I the presenter?
You are. Yes, sir. Okay.
I could try logging out, logging back in again.
Yeah, I think we're kind of there. Yeah, I was going to actually kind of suggest that. So
Right.
we'll see you back in a second, and I'll see if I can come up with some more entertaining jokes. Apologize for the delay. Yeah, this is really kind of something that they're kind of getting used to. They did change GoToWebinar quite a bit, and apparently Dan's having some issues sharing a screen. So hopefully we can get those resolved. Otherwise, maybe we can kind of figure out something else with him maybe looking at my screen or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for bearing with us. Dan is with us again. Welcome back. I am going to need to make you presenter as well. Okay.
No, just spinning around little annoying circle.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's really, really good. So in the past, I've done things where there are a couple options. In the past, I've gone into the control panel and just yanked out GoToWebinar and then tried to rejoin. And sometimes when GoToWebinar gets really stuck, that's what it takes. Aside from that, we could run maybe a scan or look at some stocks, or we could reschedule, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Geez, I don't know. I hate to reschedule, but it's kind of better if I have my
Yeah.
slides.
Hey, I do have I could. I have another idea. You can send me a copy of your slides. I can share my screen, and you can just tell me when to advance the screen. Maybe you could push it to like ding a bell or something, so I'll know when it's time to advance the slides. That would work if you want to do that, or we could just
Okay.
reschedule.
Okay. I'll 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 email.
Okay, all right. I've got my email right here. I'm glad I signed into email today. This is I'm sorry that I know it gets stressful when things kind of start to break down, but um, you just deal with it as best as you can.
That's all you can do.
Yeah. Well, you can also, if you prefer, get really stressed out about it. That's always an option. So
Yeah, it's true.
I am watching my emails though.
Okay. I'm about to send it.
Okay. This will work pretty well, I think. But if you get stuck, if you're at the end of the slide, I'll try and kind of gauge where you want me to advance the slide, but you can just say next to. That'll work too. I'll
Okay.
just be here. And then I can actually, when we're done, I can actually kind of go in and talk a little bit more about how it's integrated into Metastock and how that works. So
Okay.
okay, I will let you know as soon as I see the slides.
It's loading. Loading. No, I just sent it.
Okay, cool. Da, da, da. While it's coming in, Dan,
Yes.
why are zombies always with ghouls?
Why?
Because zombies are a ghoul's best friend.
Oh,
I'm running out of Halloween themed ones. So.
I used to know some. I'm I'm on a thread with one of my friends for dad jokes, and we're always sending each other them.
All right, let me download this. I've got it.
I'm not sure if either of those two are making the cut though.
you know, you know, they don't. My cut. I don't cut them off very, very low. Why does nobody like to party with Dracula?
Why?
He's a pain in the neck.
uh,
Okay. All right. Let's see. Slideshow. Uh, Start from beginning. Okay. Oh, I've got the speaker view in the wrong space. Okay, display settings. Okay. All right, we're almost there.
Folks, it's going to be worth the wait. I promise you.
All right, yeah. Let me make me the presenter now. Yes. All right. And then I'm going to share this screen. Here you go. Can you see that, Dan?
I sure can.
All right. I'm gonna so I'll be quiet. I'm gonna mute my audio and take my camera off, but I'll be right here. And every time you want to advance, just let me know, and I will.
All right. Okay, folks. Well, advance 2 slides.
Okay.
So what we're going to talk about today are momentum trades, and they are a classic trade. I mean, people have been trading these for decades. Traders collectively, thousands and thousands of traders made billions of dollars collectively trading these. And the concept's pretty easy. All you have to do is identify the setup, plan the triggers, get the confirmation, set the target, and that's it. I was listening to something somebody said recently, and it was the difference between mindset and skill set. And Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. There's something to that, isn't there? So I figured mindset, you're on your own on that. You're going to have to put that to use, and you're going to have some positive thoughts and really want this. But as far as the skill set goes, I can give you that. I put that all together, and all you really have to do is follow the plan. So can you advance? So my promise to you is I'm going to share with you how to spot these high profit momentum trade opportunities using stocks, ETFs, options, futures, Forex, whatever. So your trading's completely simplified using this tested trading system that we've created for our traders and that hundreds of our students use. So in order for you, and at the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can take the next step so you can start getting immediate results. So what do you say? Is that a fair deal? What do you say? Hit that. I'll tell you what. Hit that questions box. Is that a fair deal? At the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can start getting immediate results. You like that? Hit that questions box for me and give me a big old yes. Give me a big old yes. All right. Jason says yes. Brenda says yes. Steven says yes. Raj says yes. Great. All right, next slide, Jeff. Now, this gives you an idea of who I am. Oh, thanks. We got a bunch more here. Alan says yes, and Lauren says yes. You guys are fired up today, man. I like this. George says yes. John says yes. Sounds like a deal. Okay, now we're cooking. Neil says sure, man. Sure. All right, very, very cool. Now, this gives you an idea of who I am, what I do, some of the organizations that I've worked with. I wrote 2 of the most popular books on option trading, worked with every major options broker in the U.S. and abroad, as well as pretty much all the options exchanges in the world as well. And, I get to be on TV a lot, which is kind of fun. I got my start down on the trading floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, traded there for years. These pictures literally span 30 years of being involved with the trading floor. And I traded options on some huge stocks like Ford Motor Company, AT&T, Carnival Cruise Lines, and traded some of the ones nobody's ever heard of. And, here's the secret here. The little stocks that no one's ever heard of is where the big money is when you know about opportunities that nobody else does. Now, I want to jump into a discovery that I made. Does anyone know what this formula is? No? Good. Hit that space bar, Jeff, because we are not going to talk about this darn formula anymore. All right, next slide. So I have an extensive background in trading, but the fact is, I'm no mathematical genius, TBH. You mind if I share a short story with you about when I was in high school? Would that be all right? Hit that questions box. Give me a yes if you don't mind if I share a personal story. This is kind of embarrassing here. When I was a kid, I was, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I was a bit of a, troublemaker sometimes. Seriously, I got good grades, but I didn't have to study usually. But this is a story about a time when I should have. My senior year of high school, in my advanced math class, instead of paying attention to the lecture, I and a few other kids in class, we would play poker. That's all we did, all hour long, the whole class. And you know what? I made a lot of money in that class. But the problem is with math is that it builds. And if you miss something this week, you're lost the next week, and you're just hopeless the week after that. So needless to say, I didn't learn a lot of advanced algebra concepts that year. I crammed, I passed, but I didn't learn much. Now, fast forward to freshman year of college. I had to take an algebra refresher, which is pretty embarrassing because I always prided myself on being smart. Algebra is not that tough. I had to take a dumb refresher. Now, one thing you might not know about me is that I was the first Passarelli to graduate college. I almost wasn't. Here's where the story gets interesting. Now, I'm a competitive kind of guy, mind you. So sophomore year of college, my cousin, Michael Passarelli, who was 1 year younger than me, was in my calculus class. Calculus! Now, I was very intimidated by calculus. I was afraid that I would struggle. But more importantly, I knew if I failed the class and had to retake it, my cousin would be a credit, 2 credits, because I had to take the dumb refresher class, 2 credits ahead of me, and maybe, just maybe, he would end up graduating before me. There was no way, absolutely no chance I was going to let this happen. So I put on my A game. I was ready to work as hard as I could to win. But there was one other factor that came into play. That was a saving grace. I had a great teacher, one I could relate to. He made it easy for me to learn, and I did. I ended up acing calculus and had the honor of being the first of my extended family to graduate college. Thank you very much. Now, like I said, I'm no mathematical genius by nature, but I've spent a lot of time in option trading, 30 years, and I do what it takes to create great systems for myself and for you. So I studied the math of things like the relative strength index, see how it ticked, and I realized there's some hidden keys within these equations that can predict when momentum will continue. And now I'm going to share the hack with you. The concept of RSI, go back 1 second here. The concept of RSI is up strength versus down strength. And like, as far as the uses of it go, too much up strength can lead to an overbought situation, which can lead to a reversal. So the hack is that there's certain patterns that can prevent the momentum from burning out and can actually lead to upward continuation. All right, skip the next one, go to the next one. One more. All right, so let me introduce to you the red knockout. This is a momentum trading strategy that can lead to outsized profits, and it's got a simple 4-part chart pattern that's super easy to identify, and the profit targets are easily set. And it works with options, with stocks, ETFs, indexes, futures, and even foreign exchange. Now let me start by listing the steps in the red knockout system, and then we'll zoom in and go through some examples. So this stuff is important. Write this down. Step 1 is the setup candles. That's 3 or more green candles that make up the green run. Step 2 is the red knockout candle itself, or the RKO, which is a red candle with a smaller body than the preceding 3 green candles. Step 3 is the trigger candle. That's a green candle that takes out the high of the red candle on higher volume. And then step 4 is the confirmation candle. And that's a candle that opens above the high of the RKO candle and signals trade entry. So let's break this strategy down step by step and go through how it works. So this is the green run, or the setup candles. It's 3 or more consecutive green up day candles. Okay, and we see that 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's go to step 2. Step 2 is a red candle immediately following the green run with a smaller body than each of the previous 3 green candles. Step 3. Step 3, Jeff. Thank you. Step 3 is the trigger candle. That is a green candle that takes out the high of the RKO candle. And finally, step 4 is the confirmation candle. That is a candle that opens above the high of the RKO and signals the trade entry. So let's move on and go through some examples. Oh. I sent you a different version of the presentation, Jeff.
Okay. because we updated some of the stocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry about that earlier where it advanced a bunch of slides at once. It wasn't advancing slides at all.
oh,
So we're just having a lot of fun today.
oh yeah, we sure
Would
are.
do you want to send me the other one and we can start with the examples, or
Yeah, yeah. I'm
what
gonna
would
send you the other one because I think what do you guys say? Do you want to use some like fresh examples here, or do you want to use the old examples? Hit that questions box and let me know. Do you want to use fresh examples, or do you want to use the old stale examples? All right, John says he's looking forward to it. That's awesome. Um, there we go. There we
Cynthia says
go.
yes.
All right. That'll become Cynthia says yes. Well, if Cynthia says yes, she's calling you fresh, Jeff.
Woo!
Jeez, Cynthia. What's going on over there?
All right, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm just going to turn off the screen share so I can get my email back up. We'll get the news presentation. I
Robert
love
wants
how
the old ones. Robert doesn't like change. He wants the old ones.
Yeah, I feel like Alan's like either way, the strategy's the same. And it
Yeah,
is.
that's true.
What was
Yeah,
amazing to me is like how easy it was to find good examples when we were kind of pulling them up and going through them.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's your call. We have one vote for fresh, one vote for old, and one vote that says it doesn't matter. So I'm going to let you
Oh,
decide.
holy
Or
cow. Well,
or I can click record.
you've got the new ones. They should be in your inbox.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me swap over real quick. Let's see. I do think this is going pretty well considering all the problems we're having.
Like, why would GoToWebinar do this? That's like so
Go
annoying.
ahead. Go ahead and do this.
Dummies.
Yeah, I think they want to be more like Zoom, is what it is. So let me look here. I do have the new one right here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and download it real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone, most people trade momentum trading strategies.
I like momentum trading strategies. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do this and this, and you are going to. So I'm going to just start with the first example where we've got AXP instead.
Yeah. All right. Super
The
awesome.
slideshow from current side. And I think this is where you'll want to be. And let me turn back on the screen share. I didn't want to share my email because you never know what's in there.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Oh, this is still the. Let me do this real quick, though.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. All right. So this is American Express AXP. And if we have a red knockout, okay, so let's see if you guys even remember. What's the first step we look for if we have the red knockout 4-part series happening?
I remember.
Yeah. Well, I hope you remember. The setup candles, right? The setup candles are 3 or more green update candles in a row. Do you see that chart anywhere? Hit that button, Jeff. I got some animations in there. Bing, there's the first one. There's the second one, right? Okay, what's step 2? Do you remember what that is? Bing, a red knockout candle or RKO. If a red knockout shows up on the chart, like it's pretty easy to identify, right? And it means that the setup might be materializing. The RKO is a small bodied candle with a smaller body than each of the 3 preceding green candles that could open higher or lower, but the key is that it's down from the open. Thus, it's red. And yeah, let me talk about this for a second. So green candles means that they're up from the open. An up-day candle means it's up from yesterday's close. So those are actually two different things, right? A red candle just means that it's down from the open. So it could open higher or lower. It could even be an up day as long as it's down from the open, thus is red. Okay, step 3 is the trigger candle. Hit it, there we go. Shown by this yellow arrow. The triggers, that triggers that the trade is indeed setting up and you're getting ready to time your entry. And then finally, step 4, boom, thank you, Jeff. Yep, step 4, the green arrow is the confirmation candle. And that means that the trade setup is confirmed. Fire away. All right, now let's go to the next slide. Let's break this down a little bit. Let's go over the roles of each of the 4 components of the setup. So first there's the setup candles that make up the green run. What's important about that? Like, I've seen 3 green candles in a row before. Why is this important? Because it's setting up a mini trend. All right, that in and of itself is not the whole thing. It's just that we're getting higher prices, higher prices, higher prices, setting up a mini trend. And then next, we go to the red knockout. And with the red knockout, that's what, like, in any trend, there's always a pullback. Otherwise, it burns itself out. And so that red candle there, it helps prevent the RSI from going into the above 70 area and getting into overbought territory. The red candle gives people who miss the first 3 days the ability to get in, which drives, all right, next, the trigger candle, which is a recontinuation of the trend. So it's like game back on. And then the confirmation candle, we always need confirmation with any trade setup. Whereas the trigger candle at some point trades above the high of the red candle, the confirmation candle just has to open anywhere above the red candle. All right, so let's look at a couple more examples. So this is how this might play out in real life. This is Erie Indemnity. First of all, is there an RKO set up on this chart anywhere? Do you see one? Hit it. Nice work, folks. There's 1, there's 2. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles, 5 green candles. Holy cow. Okay. And then we've got the RKO candle. It's perfect, little tiny body. Then we've got the trigger candle and then the confirmation candle. And if we follow our target rules, which I'll go over in a second, we would take it off here. There we go. We would take it off right there. All right, so same thing for Caterpillar. Look closely now. Look closely. Do you see one? Okay, ready? This one has 3 setup candles. And again, we can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 setup candles. Next comes our red knockout. And why do I call it the red knockout? Because, in any trend, there's this pullback. In this case, it's just a mini pullback in a mini trend, enough to enable people to get in that missed the beginning of it. And I call it the knockout because that just basically gets knocked out of the pattern, and we look for the continuation. It's like the fulcrum on a teeter-totter. We're looking for that mini trend that started to repeat itself after the pullback. Okay, so then we get the trigger candle, and that means, okay, now it's traded above the high of the RKO. So yeah, this trend is continuing, but we want to have confirmation, and that's just what we get right there. 1, 2, 3, boom. Let's skip the next slide, go to the next one. One more. Oh, I forgot about the animations. Okay, so the RKO indicator works in all time frames. This works for day traders. Works on 1 minute charts. I just saw one on a 1 minute chart earlier today. Swing traders, short-term traders, even for long-term investors. Now, next. When I worked on improving what criteria to use, it kind of reminded me of my old boss, Steve Fawcett, the late Steve Fawcett. Not only was he a famous trader, but also a famous adventurer. He held many world records. He attempted to set one flying around the world in a hot air balloon with Sir Richard Branson here. And I remember one day Steve took all his traders out to dinner. There were about 45 of us, and he asked us, "Why do you trade?" He stood up, made a toast. "Why do you trade?" And, like, if you think about it, it's not really the money or whatever, like the real reason. Why do you trade? Because, as floor traders, which we were back then, at the end of the day, your feet hurt, your back hurt, there are people yelling in your ear, they're getting their spit on you when they yell. Why do you go through all that? What's your reason? Is it to have more freedom to take time off and, golf or scuba dive? Or to secure your retirement? Or to put your kids or grandkids through college? And, that kind of stuck with me. So I'm going to ask you that same question. What is your reason for trading? Hit that questions box and give me a short answer. What is your reason for trading? If you're on YouTube, go ahead and do that as well. I don't know if we'll see all that, or maybe Jeff can read it, but what is your reason for being here tonight, for wanting passionately to learn a momentum trading system that works? Hobby. I like to make money. Excellent. That's great. Jennifer says to save for retirement. I like that. Now the things are flowing here. Christopher says pay for college. All right. I don't know if that's you or if that's kids or whatever, but it's a good motivation, right? So, John says, I seek to understand the social and economic basis for the flow of capital in the marketplace. That is cool, man. That is pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. To beat inflation and make money, says Neil. Alan, to have freedom, the freedom to do what I want to do, when and with whom, which comes down to money. Yeah, money sure makes that a lot easier, doesn't it? Robert, to enhance my retirement account. Very good. I love this. Okay, so anyway, Steve was a really great mentor. Without having him in my life coaching me, I could not have become the trader that I am today. But there's one thing Steve was known for trading, and that is I'm still learning. When I met Steve, he was a gazillionaire, super successful trader. But he was always tweaking his process, always learning, always moving forward, always making his trading better for himself and his traders. And I'm thankful for that, because I was one of his traders. He kept improving. So I started improving the exit point, and here's how that works. Let's do the next slide here. Setting the price targets is really easy. Like I said, we're looking for that green run to repeat itself after the RKO candle. So we take the low of the first green setup candle, subtract that from the high, and we take that, and because, we get that range, and we're looking to capture that range, but what do they say? Pigs get slaughtered, right? We don't want to be too greedy. So what we do is we take a percentage of that range. We haircut it by a certain percent. Maybe instead of trying to get 100% of that range, we try and get 90% of that range or 80% of that range. And we add that to the high of the RKO candle. So immediately after buying the stock or buying a call, we set a profit-taking order, good till cancel, and at the same time set a stop loss, OCO, with profit-taking order, also good till cancel. Okay. Now, I say possible stop loss because sometimes on some of these, we might trade a debit spread under certain circumstances. That's a little out of the scope of what we're talking about tonight, but we wouldn't use a stop with the debit spread. And this is now like you have the complete system. This is it. This is everything. And by the way, if some of these terms that I'm throwing out here, you're not familiar with, you can learn how to easily do all this and make your exit super simple. All right. I want you to leave here today with the tools you need to be massively successful with this, and I bet you do too. So, next slide. In summary, there are a few important takeaways. Momentum trades can yield outsized profits, and this is a time-tested system. So we have the setup candles, the red knockout candle, the trigger candle, the confirmation candle, and I even showed you how to set up the price target. I think that you can identify these on a chart. And I think that you can calculate the profit target. But next, there is a problem. There are 6,366 stocks that you can trade. If it takes you, say, like if you just like pull up a chart, look for a red knockout pattern, nope, don't see one. Look for another one, because they only come up, on so many a day. You might see anywhere between 2 and 10 a day. 6,366 stocks. If it takes you 45 seconds to pull up a chart, go through every symbol in alphabetical order to spot an RKO, it would take you 80 hours a day to go through all of the stocks out there to spot one. And that's only looking at one time frame. You don't like missing opportunities, do you? But it's impossible to find all the opportunities just manually going through it. So there's got to be a better way. And I bet you know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here right now if there wasn't. So are you ready for it? Next. The RKO system is here. Over the past 3 years, we've created both a scanner that would easily identify all the RKO trades, as well as an indicator that just displays the pattern right there on the chart, along with calculating the price target for you and letting you change the haircut. It's so simple, it is impossible to mess up. So you now have a new opportunity to scan for top momentum trades that you wouldn't be able to find without the screener. With over 6,000 stocks out there, it's almost impossible to just happen to come across one of these great setups. But with this easy-to-use scanner, it makes it possible. Because you know what? I have made the investment for you. Because I know what it's like to struggle as a trader in the market. I've had the pleasure of training thousands of traders, and I wanted to develop a scanner that made it very easy and profitable to find trades with great potential. And like even for myself, before I created the RKO system with the scanner, I would come across one of these like maybe once every 6 months. I would miss hundreds, thousands of opportunities. But like I said, finally, I invested both the time and the money to develop this simple, easy to use scanner that you can now harness. Imagine what your trading account would look like if you could just sit in front of your Metastack software and have a powerful trading tool that identified both the trade entry and exit points in seconds. Imagine you could block out all the noise from the market, only focus on the trades that have been identified for you. What would that mean to your trading business? Because that's just what the scanner does for you. These are some examples of the trades, both entries and exits, identified by the RKO scanner and displayed by the RKO indicator. On the left are stock trades, on the right are option trades. So on September 18th in BBU, a stock trader could have bought the stock at $21.89. 7 days later, sold it at up to $23.93. That's a 9.3% profit in just 7 days. On October 16th in GLD, a trader could have bought the ETF at $247.15 and sold it at up to $253.06, locking in a 2.4% profit in just 4 days. Now let's go to the right side in options. In MGM, a trader could have bought the October 37 calls at $1.59 and sold them 7 days later at $3.30, locking in $107.5% profit. It's one of the nice things about options, right? To make that more tangible, if a trader bought, say, 5 of those calls, he or she could have made $855 in profit on just that one trade. And that's just hitting the haircut profit target that was set. If the trader like sold half of them, or just held on to it longer, even if he took half the profits at the initial profit target and let the rest run to September 27th, where it made a new high, the profit could have been over 170.4%, or up to $1,355 on that same 5 lot. Even if you make, say, 3 of these trades a week and your results are half as good, how much impact can this have on you and your family's financial future? I want you to start getting the results that you deserve. This is Nick, our head coach, John, who's a brilliant guy, ex-Goldman guy. John and I shared with Nick what we were thinking. Nick was the first human ever to see the RKO. In fact, he was actually instrumental in helping us create it. Nick said, using scanners, in particular the RKO Daily, helps me find trades when I'm busy or might not be fully locked in the market, and do the checks and decide to take the trade or move on. It only takes a few minutes and helps me find the best trades consistently. I want to invite you to join us and start using the RKO system right away. So first, here's what you're going to get first. You're going to get the red knockout scanner. That's the whole key to this. So every day, you'll be able to have a list of all the RKO trades available in the market. This simple scanner searches the universe of over 6,000 stocks for this one setup and makes it possible to find trades you would never have access to without it. Now, for you to profit with the RKO system, I need you to know how it works. So I created a video training course that shows you step by step how to install this on your platform, how and why the RKO system works, how to set up the trades, the filters and cross scans to optimize the strategy, and of course, the targets and trade management. So what that means is first you're going to get the red knockout scanner system, and then you're going to get the RKO Accelerator video course to get you up and running right away. Now I can put the tools in your hands. I can tell you how to use them, but I know for me, I learn faster when someone shows me exactly how to do it. So the best thing that I can do for you is give you hands-on training. Every Friday for the next year, 1 full year, you're going to get to attend our live group coaching class and watch John Kamisic set up RKO and other trades right there while you watch. Now, John's formerly with Goldman Sachs, First Options of Chicago, Lind Waldock. He traded for a hedge fund. He is the expert on the red knockout. In fact, he helped me develop it. He's just the kind of person you want to listen to. But to make sure you hit the ground running and get the hands-on training, I'm going to give you this so that you can start getting those immediate results. And this is what Dennis Meisel said from East Peoria, Illinois said. He said, thanks, great class. exactly what I was looking for. The class gave me a lot of insight into options and the Greeks. I'm a fairly new trader, but have been putting in the work to move my skills forward. I mean, how would it feel to have top picks selected by John Kamisic every day? So what that means is first you're going to get the red knockout scanner, that whole system. And then you're going to get the RKO Accelerator video course to get up and running fast. And you're going to get the hands-on training of the group coaching class every Friday. Do you mind if I over-deliver? What I really want is for you to make as much money as possible trading the RKO, and I imagine you do too. So every day, we're going to rank the day's RKO trades and list them out by giving you our top RKO picks so you can see what we think are the best of the best. This is the RKO watch list, and it's a $1,297 value. Plus, John will add a bonus trade down at the bottom there in gold. John will add a bonus trade every day from his daily group coaching class so you can diversify your trading and get all the top trades of the day by simply clicking one link to access your curated watch list. So what that means is you're going to get the red knockout system scanner just right there. All the trades pop up and running with the accelerator video course, hands-on training with group coaching, and we're going to show you which trades we think are the best of the best. And then finally, this completes everything you need to make the RKO simple to trade. With the RKO indicator, we put the arrows right on your chart to show you the trigger candle, the confirmation candle, and the exit price so that all the information is laid out for you. This could not be easier. So that means you're going to get the red knockout system, the accelerator video course, the hands-on training and weekly group coaching, the RKO watch list, and we're going to put the indicator right there on your charts. Because RKO works on the following system. Metastock, of course. You're going to have the arrows right there on your chart. You're going to have the price target right there on your chart, whether it's Metastock, Thinkorswim, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, even TradingView. And you may have noticed that the red knockouts are all for when the stock is going up, right? It's that upward momentum. And for that reason, these tend to work better in bullish markets, but the market doesn't always go up, and not all stocks always go up. In fact, some have some pretty big bearish moves. And so I have created the green knockout to double your chances of success. So today you're going to get both the red knockout and the green knockout. So you have the tools that you need to trade this market, whether it's up or down. So what that means is you're going to get the red knockout system. You're going to get the RKO Accelerator video course. You're going to get the weekly group coaching every Friday. You're going to get the RKO watch list, the RKO indicator right there on your chart, and you're going to get all this for the green knockout also. This is a total value of $10,041 plus you're going to get updates every time we optimize the strategy to make it better for 1 full year. You can buy now. You can see why the RKO trading system and the GKO with it, it's a steal, even at $10,041. I mean, if all of this did for you was identified trades that had a profit of, 107.5% or 83% or 25% or whatever, the question you need to ask yourself is, would it be worth it? Yeah. But you're not going to pay $10,041 today because you've made the investment of being here live on this training. And for being one of my action takers, you're the elite. You're better than millions of other traders out there. Really, seriously. You could have done a lot. You could have done a million other things tonight. But you're here investing in yourself. So I want you to have the results that you deserve. Get started today for a one-time small, easy investment of only $997 by going to metastock.com/RGKO. 123 go. That's metastock.com/RGKO. But to get all these bonuses, which includes the green knockout for all this as well, to maximize your success in any market condition, up or down, you have to be one of the first 25 new members today. So you have to take massive action by going to metastock.com/RGKO. Now, to recap one more time, when you open your browser and go to metastock.com/RGKO and sign up today, you're going to get access to the Red Knockout scanner that's going to identify trades with the entry and exit points. On top of that, when you're one of the first 25, you're going to get instant access to the RKO Accelerator video course to get you up and running right away. You're also going to get access to the weekly group coaching, hands-on training, where we go live into the market together so you can see exactly how me and my team use the scanner to generate profits in the market. You'll also get access to the RKO watch list with our top picks of the best trades that John and I are looking to trade with the scanner. This way you have the best opportunity to generate profits from the scanner by following the exact trades that I'm looking to place. Further, when you open up your browser and go to metastock.com/RGKO and lock in the RKO Traders package, you'll also get access to the RKO indicator itself. This way, while we're coaching you live in the market each week, giving you access to my top watch list, you will also have access to this powerful indicator 24/7 across multiple markets to take full advantage of this great and easy to use trading indicator. And like I said, as we run more tests and do more tweaks, as the RKO continues to evolve and we get it performing even better, you're going to get automatic updates for a full year to both the scanner and the RKO indicator. Lastly, when you join us right now, you get the green knockout as well. You'll have the confidence of knowing you can trade any market, up or down. But you have to take action and be one of the first 25 members today. Now, I'm going to answer some questions. Okay? I'm going to answer some questions. And I'm also going to answer some frequently asked questions. But let me just answer some of the questions that are here already. Rick asks, will this system work on futures trading as well? Yes, sir, Rick, this will work on futures trading as well. Yep, that's right. Cynthia says, yeah. Well, Cynthia, I went through a whole bunch of examples to give you a feel for how this goes. Yeah. Yep. Robert, I did not hear what the entry level was for following the setup. Well, yeah, Robert, I don't want to go back and like redo a whole part of the presentation. But what I will tell you is that is all covered in, I mean, just in the accelerator videos, that's all covered. So if you're ready to move forward, like if this is something that you could see yourself using and generating these sort of profits on, right now is the time to move forward and get all the accelerator videos, get the scanner, right? Get the hands-on training in the weekly group coaching and the watch list and the indicator, and get all these same things for the green knockout. Like now it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward and, you know, yeah. Can we jump forward, I think, to the next slide, Jeff? So I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions. And if you have more questions, please throw it into the questions box. What if I can't install it properly? We send step-by-step instructions on exactly how to use it. Is it time consuming? No. I know you're busy. Many traders have a busy schedule. I've designed RKO so you can literally trade this system in about 60 seconds per trade. What if I can't figure it out? You're going to get the accelerator. You're going to get video tutorials. Plus, you're going to literally watch Coach John setting these trades up in the live market every Friday. Now, what time is that weekly group coaching every Friday? Well, it's live every Friday from 9 to 10 Central, which is 10 to 11 Eastern time. And if that time's not convenient or you just want to review, the class is recorded and you can watch it whenever it's convenient. One more. So sometimes people come to me and they say, Dan, look, this is great. This is just what I was looking for. I have a small account and I'm sick of having a small account. I want to grow it into a big account and I can see this is a good way to do it. But the problem is I have a hard time coming up with the $997. Is there a way to finance this? And that answer is yes. We have a deal with PayPal to offer you both PayPal as a payment option and PayPal credit. So you can lock in the red knockout today when you check out using PayPal and just choose PayPal credit. And all you have to do is go to metastock.com/RKO and click the PayPal button to get started right now. So go to metastock.com/RGKO, or you can call 800-882-3040. That's 800-882-3040. We have operators literally standing by waiting to take your call. 800-882-3040. And one more slide. And you can also go to metastock.com/sales chat and you can chat with someone live to get your questions answered. Or of course, like I said, you can throw a question in the questions box right here and I'll answer it so that you can make the decision to join us and start trading these high potential momentum trades. Any other questions?
Can you help me find them, Mike? Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot more stuff open than usual. I just checked YouTube just because I couldn't see it very well with like the presentation stuff on top of it. We don't have any questions from YouTube, and I think we've answered all the questions here.
Okay, great.
I do want to make a comment that I think that went far better at the end than it did at the beginning. I think we actually kind of did that really, really well. So good job with that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're like simpatico here, on the same wavelength.
Yeah. And we didn't have to reschedule it. It went. I'd say after we got the slides all loaded, everything went very well. So thank you for kind of everybody that bared with us and that kind of stuff. For me, I'll add a couple things. I love how well this is put into Metastock. It's so easy to go in and scan those setups. As soon as you scan them, you open them up, you can see exactly where your target is. It's all automatic. It's very, very easy to run. And one of the things is, if you ever run into issues running it, like how to run a scan, all that kind of stuff, you can call us. We have a support team. You can chat with our support team. They'll help you figure it out as well. So you get a great support team as well. If you don't have Metastock, there were some other platforms that they talked about that it works with as well. You'll get access to that. But what I would say is we will give you a free trial to Metastock. Metastock's been rated #1 in its price category for 31 years straight. And you should take advantage of the trial and see if you like it, see why it's been rated at least #1 for so many years. So I think that's all I've got, Dan. Thank you for bearing with us. I'm sorry that we had a new interface for you today.
Yeah.
But I think we handled it well.
Yeah.
And with grace.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Hope that was enjoyable for you. Thanks for staying here with us, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks, Dan.
Bye, guys. Bye, Jeff.